Every story appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
It's midday. Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us on CoreTV News on the hour. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle. The Independent National Electoral Commission is set to collaborate with the Central Bank on the printing of electoral materials for the 2015 elections. INEC Chairman Atahiru Jega disclosed this in Abuja when he received the CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele in his office. The CBN governor had said the visit was a follow-up to a directive by President Goodluck Jonathan that printing of all security materials be done in the country. Jega held the bank's contribution in ensuring credible elections since 2011 and also dropped hints on the possibility of printing electoral materials locally. Foreign ministers from Nigeria and its neighbors met on Wednesday to discuss Boko Haram as the militants' rapid land grab intensified in the far northeast, raising fears for regional security. The one-day meeting of representatives from Benin, Cameroon, Chad and Niger also include officials from the United States, Britain, France and Canada, plus the African Union and United Nations. Nigeria's Ministry of Foreign Affairs says the talks are aimed at reviewing progress of earlier meetings in Paris and London, as well as the Africa Summit held in the United States last month. The ministry added that the meeting will examine the extent of foreign assistance, including efforts by the Nigerian government in the continued fight against the Boko Haram insurgency. Former Borno State Governor Ali Modu Sharif says he's prepared to face any panel in a bid to clear himself of links to Boko Haram. He also reaffirmed his readiness to sue the Australian negotiator Stephen Davis, who claimed that the insurgents identified the former governor as their main sponsor. Sharif says at a news conference in Abuja that he has always been opposed to Boko Haram's ideology and could not be a sponsor of a group he banned in 2010. He described himself as one of the biggest victims of Boko Haram atrocities, while recalling that his brother and at least 5 of his political associates were killed by the insurgents. On calls by the All Progressives Congress for his prosecution, Sharif wondered why the party leaders spoke out after he had left their ranks. He concluded that the opposition party was only using him as an alibi for the culpability of some of its members in the activities.
They were driven by the desire of vengeance against me and my family and political associates. From the casualties among my relations and political associates, it is evident that I suffer a considerable loss on the crisis. Among those killed directly in my family are my younger brother, same mother, same father with me, by Boko Haram, Alhaji Goni Mustafa Sharif, former chairman of our party, the ANPP then in the state, who is also my cousin, Alhaji Awagana Ghana. All my friends, close associates, were called in cool blood by this terrorist group. My candidate for the 2011 governorship election, Alhaji Modu Fannami Gobiao, was also killed.
Boko Haram insurgents have captured another territory in Yobe State after engaging in a fierce battle over Bama, a town not far from Maiduguri in Borno State. CoreTV News learns that the newly captured town was taken over by the insurgents without any resistance. Witnesses say the town has no Nigerian troops guarding it. Meanwhile, the insurgents have killed 2 policemen after an attack on Toro local government area in Bauchi State. The police officers were reportedly shot and killed and their guns stolen by the attackers at a mining station in Magama, Gumau. The police public relations officer in the state, Mohammed Haruna, disclosed he was aware of the killings but had not been officially briefed. The Lagos State Police Command has assured residents of adequate security of lives and property as year 2014 enters last quarters. Assistant Commissioner of Police in charge of operations, Ima Ungu, stated this at a meeting with journalists after the State Security Council meeting. Ungu says the law banning the illegal use of siren and restriction of Okada riders are still in force in the state. He added that the police is ready to stop violence associated with street gangs in the war.
The police, the armed forces who are assisting police in doing their jobs, every other security agent is getting ready. We are getting ready. We are prepared. This is not the first time we've been doing it, and we are prepared to do it this time around. This year, we are going to make sure that crime and criminality is reduced to the barest minimum. We are not going to fold our arms and see cult members maiming and killing innocent and law-abiding Lagosians. So we are moving in conjunction with every other security agent in Lagos State. We are going after them. We'll get them. Either you change or we catch you, arrest you, and prosecute you in the court.
The Police High Command has decorated 37 newly promoted senior police officers with their new ranks. The Acting Inspector General of Police, Suleiman Abba, charged the officers to work closely with the citizens for better policing. He also mandated them to take steps to improve on the welfare of officers and men under their command. Pius Samuel has more in this report.
Again, the police authorities have found some officers worthy in the discharge of their duties, and today they are being rewarded. Family and friends of the officers are also here to witness the decoration ceremony. Then it was time for decoration. One after the other, the senior police officers were decorated with new ranks. Inspector General Suleiman Abba says, providing adequate security for Nigerians should be the watchword of all police officers and not material things. He added that the public will hold the police accountable if they fail to control the level of corruption in the country.
That there are a lot of expectations on you, and whatever you do should be focused on attaining or satisfying those expectations. The achievement of this expectation will be the yardstick of your assessment. Because most times we missed it. We do miss it. There is no better assessment of a policeman or a police organization than its ability to control crime.
Some of the newly promoted officers could not hide their feelings when they spoke with CoreTV News.
Everybody's happy for us. Yes, we are very happy. I know we have a lot, we are carrying a lot on our shoulders, and well, the only thing we can do is to put in our very best to make sure that we do not disappoint the IG and its management team. We'll ensure that, we comply with the Constitution, prevention of crime.
I feel promotion, the new rank, I feel splendid, excited. I look forward to the challenges. I'm happy, grateful to God. Well, I do not know the new office yet, but whatever it is the office of a commissioner of police, and I think I am ready for it.
Well, I feel elated, I feel exalted, I feel humbled. This is an indication that so much is expected from me, so much given to somebody, so much is expected. It is expected that I should redouble my efforts in whatever I'm doing. Be more focused, be more committed, be more dedicated to the police mandates, and to do my job diligently.
Among those promoted are 30 commissioners of police, out of which 3 are women. 7 others, including police spokesman Emmanuel Ojukwu, are now acting commissioners of police. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
It's the CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take a break and we'll be back with more reports.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Thank you for being there. The World Health Organization says more than 1,900 people have now died of Ebola in West Africa, warning that the world's worst ever outbreak of the virus is still gathering pace. Global health experts have stepped up their warnings in recent days that world leaders need to do more to address the epidemic, which is most prominent in Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia. The latest toll represents a significant increase from the 1,552 deaths and 3,069 cases reported by the Geneva-based organization just 2 days ago. The number of deaths is higher than the total fatalities in all previous outbreaks combined. Senior United Nations System Coordinator on Ebola, David Nabarro, says the number could rise even higher. Nabarro says he hoped that the global response to the health crisis would soon bear fruit, especially in the hardest hit countries. Meanwhile, Ebola cases in Nigeria have climbed to 18. This was after the sister of the late Port Harcourt doctor tested positive to Ebola. Health Ministry spokesman Dan Uwome says in a statement that 4 out of the 18 were recorded in Port Harcourt. Uwome also quotes Health Minister Onyebuchi Chukwu as saying that the total number of Ebola patients currently under treatment is 2, one in Lagos and another in Port Harcourt. In addition, 41 people are currently under surveillance in Lagos, while Port Harcourt has 255. He added that 320 contacts have been discharged in Lagos after they were observed for 21 days. The minister also debunked rumors of EVD cases outside Lagos and Port Harcourt. Nigeria's health authorities have confirmed that an 8th patient has been discharged after a successful treatment in Lagos. The latest patient cleared to go home, according to Health Minister Onyebuchi Chukwu, is the spouse of a primary contact of the late Liberian-American Patrick Sawyer. He also revealed after the Federal Executive Council meeting in Abuja that 7 people have so far died from the disease in Nigeria.
The total number of cases successfully managed and discharged from our isolation ward in Lagos stands at 8. So 8 Nigerians have been successfully treated in Lagos and are home now, reunited with their families. The last case to be discharged, who actually was the first secondary contact of Mr. Sawyers to come down with the disease, was discharged yesterday from the isolation ward in Lagos. So total of cases that have been managed and discharged home, 8. Last case discharged yesterday. Total number of deaths from Ebola virus disease stands at 7, made up of the index case that died in the private hospital in Lagos, the 4 Nigerians that died at the isolation ward in Lagos, the Port Harcourt-based doctor who was not managed by us but died, has been confirmed to have died from Ebola virus disease, and the elderly patient who was in the same hospital where that Port Harcourt doctor was managed, but who was admitted and managed by us at the Port Harcourt isolation ward, but who unfortunately didn't make it because she also had other problems, including heart problems. So she has passed on, and that's why the total number of deaths in Nigeria from Ebola virus disease is 7.
Governor Rotimi Amechi has assured residents in the state of his government's readiness to curtail further spread of the Ebola virus disease. Amechi promised that Rivers is going to contain the disease just like the Lagos state government.
The diplomat was unfair to Rivers people. The day he came into Port Harcourt, we got wind of it. We called him to ascertain whether he was in Port Harcourt. He denied he was not in Port Harcourt. 5 days after, he surfaces in Lagos. And in Lagos again, he was asked if he was in Port Harcourt. He denied. He was left alone, after which, 3 weeks after, the doctor died. Then the wife calls to say the husband died of Ebola. Now, within that 3 weeks, there was a child naming ceremony organized by the man. I don't know whether he was on a suicide mission. After the child naming ceremony, for which a lot of people came for the ceremony, when he died, the wife allowed people to come and pay condolences, even though she knew the consequences of Ebola. It was unfair, absolutely unfair. But again, as a governor, the issue is not to cry about spilled milk; it's to find solution. We've been tracking and tracing both primary and secondary contacts. We've been able to bring in about 200. When we say we've quarantined, there's no particular house where you quarantine everybody. It is that you are not allowing them any freedom to move around so that they don't infect anybody when they present symptoms. Now 3 persons have presented symptoms. We've taken the 3 persons into the isolation ward. And after that, we'll commence treatment. So that's where we are.
The Nigeria Labour Congress wants the federal government to keep a close watch on people placed under surveillance as a result of the Ebola virus disease. NLC General Secretary Peter Ozo-Eson, who stated this at a news conference in Abuja, also described the unauthorized movement of these persons as a threat to efforts to contain the disease. He argued that acts such as the one that led to the spread of the disease to Port Harcourt constitutes severe breach of protocol which should not be condoned.
The important thing is medically these things need to be followed because it is true that the general symptoms of Ebola are also symptoms of other maladies. We need to always wait for the confirmation of the test. And so we hope that the reported Kaduna case will turn out not to be Ebola. But if it turns out to be, it is also again to follow the laid down process that the Ministry of Health has coordinated very well of ensuring that they now trace the contacts from which the person may have been infected and then trace all those who have had contacts. And for us, the NLC and on behalf of our workers, our general appeal is that citizens must realize the importance of following instructions.
The governor of Osun State, Rauf Aregbesola, has warned that Nigeria will continue to grope over rising social vices, except drastic action is taken to address the dwindling fortune of the Nigerian masses. The governor made this known while receiving officials of the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, in his office. Our correspondent, Rashid, filed on this report.
This is the first official duty of Aregbesola after the August 9th election. The ICPC, led by its head of education unit, Oluwaina, says the commission is engaging in sensitization of the public, stressing that education is more way of deterrence than prosecution.
We then critically looked at our laws and we saw that about 65% of our responsibility is actually education. The enforcement part of it is only about 35%. And so we shifted a lot of emphasis on education and redefined the role of ICPC in society.
Aregbesola, welcoming the anti-graft officials, commends the public education strive of the ICPC, but added that tackling poverty alongside by government at all levels will go a long way in making the Commission's job easy.
We'll give you free land. I see a link between poverty and insurgency. I see a link between most of the vices we are contending with now. Of course, some will even say that material poverty is not the only poverty. There's spiritual poverty, intellectual poverty. So, but poverty in its comprehensive meaning is at the heart of the challenges we face as a nation.
Living up to the maxim of Osun as the state of the virtuous, Aregbesola promised the ICPC a free land for its building in the state.
Your permanent office in the state, and I want to join you in your clamor to build a just, humane, democratic society. And we need to restore value and ethics.
With rise in corrupt practices, education and poverty eradication is in the eyes of the ICPC a major way of tackling social vices in Nigeria. Rashid, CoreTV News, Osogbo.
The federal government has blacklisted a contractor for abandoning an electricity project in Ebonyi State after collecting mobilization fee. The project is designed to boost power supply in Ebonyi and parts of Cross River State, but the firm, whose name was given as Techno Electric and Engineering Company, disappeared after collecting a 15% mobilization fee in December 2010. Briefing newsmen after the weekly Federal Executive Council meeting, Minister of State for Power, Mohammed Wakil, said the company directors have also been barred from setting up any other firm in the country. The government has, however, rewarded the contract for the power project to another company for $5 million.
On 1st of December 2010, Council awarded this contract to Messrs. Techno Electric and Engineering Company. But because of non-performance, the contract has been terminated and awarded to a new contractor, Mrs. North China Power Engineering Company Limited, and NCEP Nigeria Limited as the subcontractor for the project. And due diligence has been followed, and the memo has been presented to Council, and Council has approved for this extension. And actually, by this project, the expectation and objective is to enhance socio-economic development of Ebonyi and Cross River State through the improved quality of power supply and customer service delivery.
It's the CoreTV News on the hour. We'll take another break and we'll be back with more. Don't go away.
Glad to have you join us on another edition of The Political Arena, the most detailed and incisive political show.
If you are a sitting governor and the opposition is able to stomach structure against you, that means you are wicked to the people.
Give me 20 minutes to move or they will shoot me.
He has no chance for survival. If he likes himself, this is the best time to get out before he perishes.
The PDP as a ruling party has failed.
So anybody who thinks that government will fold his hands and
and allow miscreants to take over the streets of Osun State and cause havoc is deceiving himself.
The good, bad, ugly and beautiful sides of the Nigerian political system. Join me every Sunday at 9:15 p.m. on CoreTV News.
Thank you for being there. United States President Barack Obama says the United States will not be intimidated by the Islamic State after the beheading of a second American journalist by the Sunni extremists. Condemning the horrible act of violence, he says Washington's goal is for the Islamic State to no longer pose a threat to the region. He stressed that it will take time and that it can only succeed in close cooperation with partners in the region.
I want to say that today the prayers of the American people are with the family of a devoted and courageous journalist, Stephen Sotloff. Overnight, our government determined that tragically Stephen was taken from us in a horrific act of violence. Like people around the world, Americans are repulsed by their barbarism. We will not be intimidated. Their horrific acts only unite us as a country and stiffen our resolve to take the fight against these terrorists. Those who make the mistake of harming Americans will learn that we will not forget and that our reach is long and that justice will be served.
And that's it on CoreTV News for this hour. Join us again, top of the hour for more. Thank you for watching. I am Ebunlomo Adekunle.